You are not stuck because manifestation is hard. You are stuck because the same identity is still choosing the same life. Most people are trying to change their life while still identifying as the character that created the life they're trying to change. And that can't work. Why? Because identity always reproduces itself. When the same patterns keep showing up in your life, it means the identity choosing them hasn't actually changed. It couldn't have. People will say, but I've been affirming. I've been doing the work. I've been trying to think differently. And they probably have. But if the same experiences keep showing up, then the identity choosing those experiences is still the same one, only 100% of the time. Because identity always chooses from its own history. When I believe I am the character, then every choice I make is coming from that character's memories, fears, expectations, and past experiences. So even when the character is trying to change its life, it's still choosing from the same place that created the life in the first place. And that just creates the same patterns and the same loops. This is part of why people feel stuck. They're trying to change the results without changing who they believe they are. But here's the key thing most people miss: you are not the character. Understanding what that actually means. The character is a collection of thoughts, memories, reactions, and patterns, a collection of a way of thinking internally. And you can notice all of those things. You can notice your thoughts, you can notice your emotions, and you can notice your reactions, which means those things cannot be what you are. What you actually are is the awareness noticing them. And awareness doesn't have a history. Awareness doesn't have a past identity it has to defend. So the moment someone stops identifying as the character and recognizes themselves as awareness, something interesting happens. They begin to understand they actually have the power, and more precisely, are the power that makes the changes. The character then becomes flexible. Instead of being a fixed identity that keeps reproducing the same patterns, it becomes more like a costume, something that can change, something that can reorganize, something that can be transformed. And when that happens, the choices change and the true work begins, the work that gets desired results. The reactions change, the inner dialogue totally changes. It must. And the interpretations change. And when those change, life begins to reflect that, because you've shifted how you think and ultimately how you behave as an entirely new identity. Not because you forced reality to do something. That's what techniques are usually trying to accomplish. But because the identity driving the experience is no longer the same one. So the question isn't, what technique should I use? How many times should I affirm? Why isn't it working yet? The real question is much simpler. Who am I identifying as right now? Because if I'm still identifying as the character, then every choice I make is coming from the character's history. And the character's history is exactly what created the life you're trying to change. But when you recognize that what you actually are is awareness, noticing the character, the entire system becomes flexible. You start to understand and accept how you have blocked yourself and what you can do now to change that by becoming an entirely new version of who you are. And that, my friends, is when real shifts begin. Stay well. You can do this. I believe in you.